Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Oh my God, it's Tuesday already. Monday was an entire blur. I'm still going through it with these allergies. But today, what the hell? Why is there like soy sauce? Oh my God, I got soy sauce on my compact. All right. I will clean this later. But yeah, it's raining today. So it's slightly more bearable as far as the pollen in the air goes. But um, I'm feeling okay now. And I thought that I should just get on and review all my empties that I've been collecting so far this year because honestly, if I don't do this video now, I'm probably never going to get to it. And I'm itching to throw away all of this trash essentially because I'm not good with keeping empties. Like I don't like to keep trash or unwanted items in my apartment for longer than necessary. I don't have a lot of space to begin with. So yeah, trying to just do better on the decluttering front. But anywho, in no particular order, there's going to be a bunch of empties in here as well as just items that I've decided to declutter because they no longer work for me. And I'm going to go through each of them briefly. I only have about 50 minutes, so I'm going to try and make this brief. All right, so first up is the Nature Aqua Olive and Argan Cleansing Oil. This is my go-to cleansing oil. So I will typically, like before I hop in the shower, I'll take a bunch of this. It's better if you use dry hands and if your face is dry. So you just apply it directly on top of your made up face and you start to massage it in. And then I'll typically like leave that on. By the time I get my shower and everything ready and the water temperature is right, then I'll hop in and I'll wash off my face. So this is very, very affordable. I don't remember the exact price, but I think it's like under 1,000 yen at the drugstore. These are real, like my real life holy grail items in here, by the way. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot of these are repeats that show up in my empties videos time and time again. And yeah, they are uninfluenced by TikTok trends or recent trendy items, things of that nature. It's all just like my genuine holy grail items, my genuine ride or die go tos that some of them I've been using for years, maybe up to a decade, as a 12 plus year resident of Tokyo. Okay, so I'm not like these new girls that come hop over here on a 2-week vacation and suddenly think they know everything about Japanese drugstore makeup products. No, no, no. We are the OG club over here. So, speaking of OG items, I was so sad to find that they no longer sell this eye makeup remover by Etuse. So, this was also one of my go tos. It's by Etuse and it's called the Point Makeup Remover. So, I would always, this one was one of those like classic removers separated into oil and I guess just the cleansing solution at the bottom. So you would have to shake it up. And then I would always take a cotton pad and use this on my eye makeup first before I even went in with this. Because it's just really excellent at breaking down eye makeup in particular. It just melts it right off. And even though I'm able to remove eye makeup with this oil as well, of course, this is an all purpose cleansing oil. I always found it to be better to remove my eye makeup first before going in for the rest of my face, just because, I prefer to have like, I know that ideally you don't want to drag anything across your eyes or rub your eyes too much either. So that's why I don't use makeup wipes necessarily. But I feel like with this formula, since it was so effective at melting the eye makeup immediately, I felt that it was a good option for me to wipe off my eye makeup with a cotton pad soaked in this formula first. And yeah, that would just be my go-to routine before I did the entire face with the cleansing oil. Because I don't know, in my experience, it's just better to get your eye makeup off first. That way, you run less of a risk of makeup getting into your eyes and irritating them during the cleaning process, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, imagine my surprise though when I went to the drugstore and then later I checked on Amazon. Not a single bottle to be found, you guys. I think they actually either discontinued this or maybe they're coming out with a, what's it called? Like a new revamped version of the product. I am crossing my fingers and hoping that that's the case because I can't remember a time where I had to go without this eye makeup remover. And so nowadays, I've just been doing the same routine with this argan oil. Like, I will take some of the oil on a cotton pad and remove my eye makeup first with the cotton pad. So, and then after that, I would just put some on my entire face and resume cleaning. But it's not the same, you know? I miss my Etuse point makeup remover, and I can't imagine why they would get rid of this. See, because I loved everything about it. It's fragrance free, colorant free. Etuse is known for their clean ingredients. All right. I can only hope that they're revamping the product and coming out with a new and improved version. They do that a lot, actually. So we're going to keep being optimistic there. But yeah, the next item, I was kind of like very disgruntled to discover that this one dried out. So I mentioned this in my previous or like my most recent Get Ready With Me, but this is the Alice in Wonderland Bobbi Brown collection weightless skin cushion foundation. And I have not used this for more than like 3 times. I swear, probably a week at tops, but I don't even think that much because I remember distinctly thinking that this is a very full coverage, like matte type of formulation. And so I from the moment I tried out this foundation the first time, I knew in the back of my mind that, okay, it's not going to be an everyday foundation for me because I don't want that full coverage, matte, heavy look every single day. I mean, it's a good foundation, but like I knew for a fact that it was not going to be my go to daily foundation for, like easier, cleaner makeup looks. And so, yeah, I can't imagine that I use this for more than like 5 days tops, but somehow the cushion completely dried. You see how there's like no product. Okay, there's like a tiny bit of a cast, but it's pretty much dry. And I'm very perplexed. See, it doesn't even show up if I try to transfer it to my face. And like, I didn't leave this out open by accident or anything like that either. I always close my items after I'm done with them. So it dried out all by itself without consulting me. And this was an 8,800 yen foundation, you guys. Plus, it's a bummer because I was really looking forward to using this cute compact for months to come, you know? Cheshire Cat is like one of my favorite characters of all time, but now I have to get rid of this. Well, I guess I could keep. I mean, this is the thing, right? I can keep the compact. So technically, this refill of the cushion is the only thing that's should be thrown away. But if I was going to keep the compact though, that means I would have to repurchase the same a refill of the same foundation, and I was not floored enough by this foundation to repurchase it, okay? Especially not at the 8,000 yen price point. Or I'm sure it's a little cheaper if you only get the refill, but still. Um yeah, I just remembered though that since it's a cushion foundation, you can remove the cushion part. So now I'm conflicted. Should I throw away the whole thing or should I just get rid of the cushion part? Okay, fine. I guess I'll keep the compact because after all, it is a limited edition special design. I mean, if anything, I could probably sell it on Mercari. I don't know. See, this is why I'm like team regular foundation now. I'm back to the classics, okay? I still have yet to find a formidable rival to my favorite I was going to say MAC. to my Maybelline Fit Me tint, which is kind of like more of a tinted moisturizer than a foundation, but it has pretty decent coverage. Like there is pretty solid pigmentation in here. And guess what? This bottle, this tube just keeps going forever and ever because there's actually a decent amount of product in there that you get as a bang for your buck, as opposed to cushion foundations that almost always, in my experience, they start to dry out after 2 weeks. And even if they last a long time, like even if there's a lot of formula in the sponge, it just never hits the same as it does that first week or the first couple of applications when the sponge is the most fresh, right? So that's why I feel like, I don't know, I kind of, not to, it's not like I want to launch a hate campaign or anything against cushion foundations, but I kind of want to lead the charge um, to de-influence against cushion foundations. We'll say it that way because it's just really not necessary. And yeah, I don't appreciate how. I just don't appreciate the price point. Like when you realized how ridiculously marked up they are compared to just regular classic foundation, liquid foundation bottles, um, you can't unsee it and you can't really justify it anymore after that. Like 3,000 yen, 4,000 yen, 8,000 yen for a cushion foundation after that, when you can get like a normal tube of foundation for 1,000 yen, 2,000 yen, maybe 3,000 if you want to splurge on a really fancy formula. But even then, 3,000 yen for a bottle of foundation that's going to last you for at least a year just because of the sheer amount of product in it as compared to a cushion foundation. I think there's no comparison. And yeah, I just think we've all been bamboozled in a way. But this is not saying, like, I'm not trying to, rain on your parade. If you love cushion foundations and if it brings you joy and if it raises your vibration during your makeup ritual to use a cushion foundation as opposed to a regular liquid one, by all means, keep doing that. But I'm just saying, know how much of a premium you are actually paying just to have your foundation come in the form of a pre-soaked cushion or sponge. Okay, I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but we need to get through the rest of this bag. So I am getting rid of this Tier concealer because I only use the liquid side anyway, which has dried out. Um, and I don't like to use the stick side because it's not creamy or glidey enough. I feel like I have to apply a lot of force to like drag it against my skin, and I don't like doing that near my under eye area or against the delicate skin of my under eyes. I did find something else in my collection. So I had this ColourPop Pretty Fresh tinted foundation balm. Oh, this is a foundation balm. Okay, I thought this was a concealer, but I found that this one was significantly like a meltier, glidier formula than the Tier, so I might try to use this from now on when I need a concealer. Because, yeah, I'm not trying to purchase a new concealer for 4,000 yen or some shit like that. Because if I did want to get a new concealer, I'd probably want the NARS Soft Matte one. I have been debating getting that one for years, right? Because I always hear good reviews about it, and I always feel lackluster about the drugstore concealers that I end up picking up and trying out. And even though I really like this Tier formula, the liquid side, like I said, it dried out, and also it doesn't really make sense for me to keep buying this dual-ended concealer when I don't even use half of it. I just don't like this stick formula. I feel like it's too hard. So yeah, like it makes no sense because it's 2,000 yen for this entire tube. But if you think about it, I only use half the tube. I only use half of the one side of the product. So it's kind of like I'm paying double, right? Or I'm paying for, yeah, like the other half that I don't even use, so it's gonna go to waste. So it's almost like I'm paying 4,000 yen for if the whole tube. Sorry, it's like if I wanted to have a full tube of the liquid part of the concealer, then I would technically be paying 4,000 yen for it, right? Because I would have to get two of these. So in that case, like, why would I not just go for NARS or a better quality, a higher end brand, right? That costs the same but gives me twice the amount of product. Like, I'm really starting to, you know, think these days about the actual cost of things and the fact that there is a lot of truth in the discovery that people are making these days, that it actually does cost more in a lot of cases, not all cases, but it does cost more sometimes to pay for drugstore products as opposed to just going for the really high quality, the better quality, more expensive, higher end product. But because the quality is so much better and you're so much more satisfied with, the shade match and the formula and all of that, you're going to actually end up using probably the entire higher end product, whereas the drugstore product, you'll do a few uses and then throw it away. Or yeah, if something better comes along or something newer and shinier comes along, you're going to divert your attention to that new shiny thing rather than finishing up your old drugstore product. And it's just, I think it's a better deal in the long run to go with the higher end product. If you know that, if you know for a fact that the formula works for you well, buy it once or buy it twice, like they say. I think it applies to makeup as well. Okay, so next up we have this PDRN Capsule Cream 100. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. This PDRN cream from VT Cosmetics. I got this in PR. Um, I was surprised to find that it's quite pricey, I think, if you were to buy it by yourself. I think it's like 20 something dollars US. But yeah, this was nice enough. I'm still not quite sure what does PDRN do that is so special. Like, as far as I know, it's basically just concentrated moisturizing components or ingredients, right? So in any case, I mean, I liked it. I use this, believe it or not, on my hands more often than not, or more often than other parts of my body. And I felt that it was, yeah, sufficiently moisturizing. So it was a bunch of like green little bubbles suspended inside a clear gel. So I'm not sure if the gel itself had any necessarily moisturizing ingredients or if it was just there to serve as like a cooling, soothing agent. But nevertheless, the capsules in here were nice as far as I could tell, but it didn't do anything revolutionary to the point where I would feel like compelled to purchase this myself with my own money. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna try to get through the empties first, and then I'm going to tell you about some items that I just had to pull the plug and declutter. So I have two of my deep moisture olive and lemon flavor Nivea lip balms. This is my favorite one, my favorite lip balm of all time, or of the moment. My favorite one of all time was that green tea one from Mentholatum that I kept buying off of Amazon for years, even after they discontinued it. And then finally, I reached a point where I could not even find anymore on Amazon, or I believe maybe there's like one left that's floating out there that is being marked up at like 500% rate. Because yeah, that one was like 400 something yen. And I remember by the end, near the end, I was paying upwards of like 1,000 yen per tube on Amazon. I know, I'm crazy. But I really, really liked that green tea flavor. Um, but alas, all good things have to come to an end. So luckily, I found a really, really nice replacement. And this is the deep moisture melty type. Yeah, sorry, that's what I wanted to say. So I personally like the melty type formulation. It melts really, really effortlessly on your lips. I got like this other type once. I forget the name, but it looks really similar. It's like the same green, light green tube. It just doesn't have this caramely looking design on it. And so I got that one once, and it was not as melty as the melty formulation. It was fine, but I didn't find it as satisfying on my lips. This one I really do feel like it's just nourishing my lips all the time, and my only gripe is that I go through these way too quickly. Like, I would say I'm lucky if one of these lasts me for 2 weeks, and I dig out all the extra even after I, use it down to where the level is flat with the container. I dig in there to make sure I get out every last ounce. But yeah, I'm surprised I only have 2 in this batch of empties. And I'm trying to use up my other lip balms before I repurchase, because although these are really affordable, um, actually they're kind of expensive, to be honest, for like a drugstore lip balm. So these are 600 something yen, I believe. And then I always use a 15% off coupon when I go to Sundrug. But if you think about how fast I go through these, it adds up. And it just goes back to, again, what I was saying about sometimes if you buy the high end version, you will end up saving more money because typically, like, the formula is more potent, it will last longer, and they will give you like a lot, not in all cases, of course, I'm generalizing here, but in most cases, I find that higher end brands also give more of the product in one item than drugstore products. So, yeah, I might have to look into like a higher end lip balm. If you have any, you know, suggestions, let me know. Oh, I tried the Hermes one at one point because yeah, at a previous job, a certain psychopathic boss gave that to me as a 3 month, thanks for joining our team present. And that was probably like one of the only nice things that he's ever done for me. So anyway, I left that job last year. That was the reason why that was the reason why I was unemployed for 7 months while I was looking for my current job, because I refused to stay in a toxic environment. So anyway, that story is not neither here nor there. But the point is, I tried out the Hermes lip balm. I don't know the official name. And that one, although I would never repurchase because I think that one retails for like 10,000 yen or something. So, you know, I'm not going to go that far for just a lip balm, but it lasted a pretty decently long time, I will say. And it was very, very moisturizing without being like overly. It was like not as glossy, not as melty as this Nivea formulation, but it was very nourishing. So even though it wasn't super glossy, you could just put on one thin swipe and it would just keep my lips moisturized for hours. Whereas I find with drugstore lip balms, like even this one, I have to reapply more often to continue keeping the moisture locked into my lips. So right now I'm using this one. Well, I have a couple actually. So I have this freebie that I got with my Alice in Wonderland purchase from Bobbi Brown. I didn't realize at the time that this was a lip balm. I thought it was a lipstick, so I kept it unopened for a while. But then, yeah, later on, I was like, you know what? Let me just try this out. This is called the Extra Lip Tint Bare Lotus Lip Cream. Yeah, so this is a lip cream, and it is tinted peach, as you can see, but it smells really nice. It's very citrusy, and it's essentially just a lip cream slash balm, like a nourishing lip product as opposed to lipstick. So I will keep using this one until it's gone, although that's not a lot. It'll probably take me like less than a month. And I also have this one hyped up lip balm from Toriden. You guys have seen this making the rounds, right? This is the Solid In lip essence. It's clean and vegan. And yeah, this is one of those like squeezy type lip balms, and it's basically clear. So this one, I don't, I didn't, I like this more than I expected, because typically I don't like these squeezy tube type of lip creams. I find that it's just really hard to get an even application across your lips. Like, it's always a really messy affair. Um, but here, I'll show you this one. I do appreciate how thick it is. Like, it reads more of a straight up lip gloss than it does just a regular lip cream, right? So that part I really appreciate because um, when I'm wearing it, I feel like when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm wearing gloss. I'm not just wearing skincare. But you see what I mean? Like I'm constantly trying to adjust because I feel like when I squeeze it across my lips, no matter how careful I am, it always comes out unevenly. And I also, maybe this is just my own issue, but I feel the heebie jeebies about the fact that, like, when I release the pressure from my thumb, the product that was about to get pushed out at the top gets sucked back into the tube. And I feel like that's very unsanitary, especially with the lip product, even though I try to make sure that my mouth area and lips are clean every time before I apply this, but that's not always 100% possible, right? Because I'm trying to, like, sometimes I'll be on the go or outside or in a public restroom, God forbid, and I'll want to reapply my lip cream because my lips are dry. But then it's like, maybe I just got back from eating at a restaurant. So the best that I can do is kind of like just wipe my mouth or rinse it with water. But yeah, I just feel like there's something unsanitary about this tube style, squeezy tube style, that really unsettles me. But formula wise, though, I do like this one, and it's completely unscented. So it really kind of just gives Vaseline, if anything. Um, Someone gave this to me as a gift at the Tokyo Mandarin Award beauty pageant back in January. So obviously, I'm gonna keep using it, and yeah, I'm thankful that I got to try it out. But I would not repurchase this on my own. But I don't think it's a bad product. I think it's actually a really good formula, if that makes sense. I know that's like very confusing, but just trying to be completely transparent. There's a lot of, like, technically really excellent products out there that don't necessarily work for me for one reason or another, and those reasons may or may not be they may or may not overlap with your criteria for certain makeup products, or they may be trivial to you. So I'm just trying to make my reviews thorough here. Okay, where were we? Oh, this one is exciting. So I think this is the first time I've ever actually used up one of Canmake's Creamy Touch liners. I think it's the first time that I used up the entire pencil. And so this was in the shade 12. I don't remember the name, it doesn't say it on here, but if you look up Canmake Creamy Touch Liner 12 online, I'm sure you'll be able to find the name. There's one hint, though. You can tell from the little strawberry motif here that this was from the strawberry collection that was, I believe, at the time limited edition, but I don't know if they brought it back because of popular demand. In any case, this was kind of just like the perfect greigey color. Okay, I was able to squeeze out one last swatch for you, but this was the perfect, like, greigey, you know, slightly mauvey, taupey color, and I would use this for lining my underlash. No, that's not the correct term. My under eye area. Lower lash line. Oh my god, I was blanking. I would use this to line my lower lash line, and I would, like, smudge it out with a angle brush, and it would look really nice and diffused and everything. But yeah, it's the first time that I ever used up an entire Canmake Creamy Touch liner. I have a bunch of them, you guys. Okay, I have them in all the colors of the rainbow, but oh, I also, wait a minute. Okay, so I repurchased this one. It's a different shade, but I think it's similar. So I got number 16, Pretty Milk Tea. I had, like, extra points left on one of my gift cards, one of my Amazon gift cards. So I decided to just use that for this because I have a lot of other Canmake Creamy Touch liners, like I said, but they tend to be in more darker colors, like this dark brown. So I wanted one that was lighter for my lower lash line, right? Hold on, I'm trying to find. So typically I'll use this one. I have another one that's kind of still in that greigey area. This is number 11. I will use this when I'm doing very gray, cool toned looks, but see, this one is still kind of dark though on the skin. Obviously, again, I try to like smudge it out and stuff to make it look more natural on the lower lash line. But this one, okay, so this milk tea flavor, do I have this already? I feel like I have. Wait a minute. Why do I feel like I have or had this at one point? Okay, I don't though. I'm looking at my makeup bag. This is number 9. That's a classic color. And then I have number 2, which is brown, right? Oh no, 3. This one is the brown one. I have, I know this one was like a khaki green color. This is number 8. And then I have another one from the strawberry collection. Haha. 13. Oh no, you guys, I scratched my nail. Oh my god, when I was reaching for this, I scratched my nail against a nail file by accident. And now look at this. My chocolate drops are scuffed. Oh my god, I'm kind of upset. Maybe if I rub it enough, it will go back to normal. Okay, you know what? It looks like the light is just bouncing off of it, right? I'm obsessed with my new chocolate, mint chocolatey nail press-ons. All right, so number 16. Milk tea, pretty milk tea. Yeah. This one will be this one is more like tan looking. That's the pretty milk tea color. Yeah, I think this will be nice in the lower lash line area. Or even as just, a regular eyeliner. These are very, very good for precision work, and they're very like they glide really easily across your lids, but then they also don't smudge. They kind of like set to a drier setting texture after they dry. So really, really good, innovative formula. Sorry, I have to keep track of. Okay, so this is the one that I used up. Don't want to throw out one that still has product in it. And then this is also one of the first times in a long time that I actually ran out of a liquid eyeliner. This is La Rose de Versailles. Wait, no, I'm sure that's not the name of the liner though. This is heroin make, right? You can tell by the design. And last time I checked, it was completely dried out, but it might be revived since then. Ooh, look at that. It's like, okay, hello, there's still product in here, so I'm gonna put that right back in my daily pile. Oh, okay. So this Glow Lock Jelly Tint by Coral Haze. I feel like this had a very viral moment as well, if not only for the interesting locket packaging, which I do love, okay? And this product grew on me, even though I typically don't like these watery tint formulations from Korean drugstore brands just because, or like K-beauty brands, just because they don't really do much in terms of plumping my lips. For me, yeah, I always look for like a significant plumping element when I'm looking for lip glosses or glossy type formulas. But this one grew on me. And I remember I used to use this over my YSL Love Shine lip plumper in 02. That was like the clear. Oh my god, I forget. I don't remember the names, you guys. I'm too lazy to look it up. It was like Candy Gloss, Candy Love Shine something. It was number 2, the clear one, the clear pink one. And so that combo worked really well whenever I put that one on first to plump my lips. And then I would go over with this color. And I really did like the color because as you can see, it's very, very unique, like magenta lilac, but still muted. So I don't think I've ever come across such a unique shade. I mean, I'm sure Rum End or one of those brands that have like every single shade under the rainbow, I'm sure you could find it in one of the Rum and Jelly lip tint series. But yeah, this one grew on me after a while because at first I was not impressed. But then when I found the combo that worked, I started using it more and I really liked the way that it looked on my lips. It's a cute gloss, but it went bad, is what I was trying to get at this whole time. Yeah, it smells kind of funky. So you can see there's still product left in it, but I'm not going to continue using a product if it smells funky. That's the ultimate litmus test for me. And I would like to repurchase again, honestly, but they're a little bit overpriced for me. I think it was like 1800 yen or something, which is ridiculous. Okay. For a drugstore lip product, especially one that doesn't even have that much product in it. Like, this is a tiny container, let's be real, as cute as it is. So, we'll see. If Coral Haze comes out with a new series of like more, new shades for spring or something, I will consider it. But yeah, I think as far as this shade goes, it's like a one and done type of experience for me. And then the rest of the items I have in here are ones that I decided that it's time to let go and declutter. I gave it my best shot, but it's just not working out. So I think it's better to say adios earlier than later, and I need to speed it up. I only have like 5 minutes left. So, House of Her liquid moist ampule blushers. I feel like this brand basically blasted out a bunch of PR to a bunch of influencers. So that's why, if you guys remember, there was that surge last year at a certain time where everyone and their dog was reviewing and swatching all the colors of this moist ampule blusher line on TikTok, on YouTube. I think I was also one of them. I also have a video swatching all of the colors. And in the end, I decided to keep only these two because realistically, I was not going to use the other shades. And now we are at the point where I realize that I'm not even going to use these because I'm actually very picky. I realized when it comes to cream or liquid blushes. So anything that's other than a classic powder formulation, I am very picky because I don't like blush or formulas that feel like they're sitting on my face. So that's why to this day, as far as cream blush formulations go, Ken Make's classic cream shake formula stands undefeated with me because this formula is the most comfortable cream formula that I've ever used to date. And this one blends in really well. It like melts in with your skin and it works well on top of any foundation or face product that I use. But the most important thing is that it sinks in and blends in with the rest of whatever you have on your face, or even if you just put it over bare skin, it will blend and melt in and it will feel weightless. You can like set it and forget it, right? Because once you apply it and once it settles in, you don't have to worry about it rubbing off or anything. And I have found that yeah, pretty much no other single cream or liquid blush that I've tried ever since has ever been able to really measure up to that. Every single one, especially the liquid ones, I always feel like there's something on my face. I can feel that there's this heavy layer of oil or something on my face and it bothers me. Okay. And therefore I can't use it. So even though this moist ampule blusher, it's not oily per se, like it's a very, very, fresh, light, refreshing formula. But the problem with these is that they don't really have that much pigment. And so again, you know what? Let me try. They don't have much pigment when you actually spread them out on your face. And if you try to put on more, then it feels overwhelming, right? It feels like there's too much product on your face because it's a liquid after all. So it's like, what are we really doing here? Okay, that looks intense because I'm putting it on top of the blush that I already have down, but, like, I promise you, it pretty much when I use this by itself, it looks intense for, like, 2 minutes, and then it just completely disappears. It, like my the color completely disappears in my cheeks, but then if I layer up, I can definitely feel that, okay, there's more product just sitting on my face. I don't like that feeling of product sitting on my face, especially if it's like a blush color, right? Because blush covers quite a large surface area um, on your face. It's like, it covers a large part of both of your cheeks. So that's just not a comfortable sensation for me to deal with throughout the entire day when I'm wearing makeup. So yeah, getting rid of these because like it's a cute concept, but it's just way too fussy and way too little gains. It doesn't deliver enough on what it promises for me to want to keep them. And yeah, I'm not surprised that nobody like people just completely stopped talking about these after that initial wave of PR that they sent out last year. Um, it's kind of funny, but yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like this product in particular, the Moist and Peel blusher from House of Her. I don't know if I said the brand name yet, but I feel like this one in particular has been kind of a polarizing product. Again, I don't think it's bad, and you know, the presentation feels high quality and everything. I like the frosted glass, but as far as just the practicalness of the product, it's not very practical, and it's not something that I want to reach for in the mornings, especially if I'm in a rush. Like, definitely not my go-to. Okay, so this next product again, same kind of issue. This is by Mew Ice. This was from their Powerpuff Girls collection. It is their Souffle de Cheek. So, like the name suggests, it's a souffle formula. And I love this shade. So, that's the thing that hurts about this one. I really love this shade. It's like a really, not smoky, but or yeah, like kind of smoky. It's a dusty rose gold, but it has a lot of depth to it. So this is something that would work great on, you know, tanner complexions as well. Like this one definitely shows up, right? It's not one of those light blushes that disappears the moment you put it on. The color is definitely the pigment is there. And the blurring properties, as you can see, are second to none. However, the problem with this one is that it sits on your face and I can feel it on my cheeks throughout the day, okay? And I don't like that feeling. Also, it never really completely settles into your skin. Like it does not melt into the rest of your foundation or your skin the way that the Can Make Cream Cheek does. It just sits on top of my face. So if I ever, like do a little scratch or just bump my hand to my face accidentally, it's going to leave a mark where the like it's going to lift the souffle cream cheek from that area wherever I bump I bump my hand or my finger into my face. And I'm speaking from experience in real life, so I really, really don't like that. That never happens to me when I use the Can Make Cream Cheek. Okay, Can Make Cream Cheek is set and forget. Like once it melts into and it settles into your face, it's gonna stay there. Unless, of course, you rub really hard, but even then, it's like it's not gonna leave a mark like you lifted off a piece of the blush the way that this formula does. So for that reason, sadly, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this. I tried my best to give it a go. As you can see, I used it quite a couple of times, but I just don't like the way it feels against my face. And it's a very minor thing. I feel like most people, it probably wouldn't bother them that much. But for me, I don't know. I'm kind of like the princess and the pea when it comes to makeup. And I feel like you develop more and more things to be fussy about the longer that you've been a makeup connoisseur, which is only natural, right? I think with any hobby or anything that you're interested in, the more you or any area of study, any field of study slash interest, the more you study, the more you um, delve into it, the pickier you get, or like the more heightened your senses get to certain things. So that's why call me Princess and the Pea when it comes to makeup. Okay, so this is another PR product that I got from July Me. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is their Sunset Freesia Perfume Glow Milk Perfume Glow Milk Hair Essence. I um just did like a reel for this brand in exchange for free product. They didn't pay me money or anything. And it's a decent product. I mean, it does exactly what it says it does, right? It's a hair essence perfume. So you basically what you do is like you wash your hair and then wait for it to dry about 70-80% wait until it's almost completely dry but still a little bit damp. And then you take a little bit of this hair milk and you just like work it into your hair. And it's supposed to keep it, moisturized while also giving you this really, really um, nice sunset freesia fragrance. Yeah, it's freesia, pear, green rose, jasmine, amber, patchouli. So I actually really like the scent. But the thing is, I don't have a lot of hair. Like I have thinner hair on the thinner side. Both the strands are thin, and I also don't have that much. Um, and I take good care of my hair, so I like the way that it looks. Um, but I feel like something like this adds unnecessary weight to my hair, even if I use a small amount. I just don't see like many benefits for me, if that makes sense. Because one of the drawing points, or oh my god, what's it called? One of the selling points of this product is that it doubles as like a perfume, right? Because the whole idea is that you put this in your hair and it smells so good. Like when you whip your hair around, like I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. Like when you're out in public and you walk by that hot guy, he's gonna stop and it's dead in his tracks because your hair, the wind from your hair is gonna smell so good that he will be compelled to like stop and offer you a down payment on a house. But the thing is, I feel like for me, for the most part, my fragrance in my hair comes mostly from my shampoo anyway, so I don't see the need to like double up on fragrance in my hair necessarily because I already have it from my shampoo, especially if I get freshly out of the shower. And I typically wash my hair like every day or every other day, which I know is not good for it, but I don't know. It's thin and it tends to get oily, so I'd rather just like wash it. I'm gentle with it, so I'm not exacerbating like hair loss or anything. But yeah, I feel like I just don't have any need for a product that is specifically geared towards giving me perfume or extra fragrance in my hair. And also, it doesn't really do much for me in the sense of like enhancing the way it looks either, right? Because like I said, I have to be careful like not to weigh my hair down with too many oils or products because it's already thin to begin with. So yeah, there's just like not very many benefits to me in particular with using this product. I'm sure someone else, if you have like Rapunzel levels of hair, maybe you would like this. But me particularly, I have not reached for this ever since I did that reel for the company. And I think it's time to just get rid of it. And I wish I could give it, I wish that like we had the technology to teleport items back and forth because I would totally give this to any one of my subscribers out there who would be interested. It's almost completely full. I only used it a handful of times, and it's sanitary because it's like a squeezy tube, squeezy bottle. So I'm sure someone out there probably would love this product. And I hate that I can't give it to you because we all live in different countries. And apparently they're all going to go to war soon. So I don't even know if, I don't even know if I can grab the opportunity to like pass things off to my subscribers in passing anymore, right? Like when they come to visit Japan, because who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Are you traveling anytime soon? Because maybe I'm biased because the only place that I travel to is Dubai, and that happens to be the one place that's been like bombed, and the actual Dubai airport has been bombed and like part of it has been destroyed. So they're gonna have to rebuild that first of all. Um, yeah. Not to mention, like I was thinking about this the other day because I got the first that I heard of the news that Dubai had been targeted by missiles was that I got a notification from the Emirates app on my phone, right? Because I always ride with Emirates when I go to Dubai. And then they said that they were like, um, updating us on the bomb situation and then telling all its customers that, oh, we will refund you whatever flight fare that you have for this period of time because we have to shut down all our operations because of an emergency, right? The national, crisis emergency. And so, but then I was thinking about it like, does that mean if you booked flights to Dubai through an airline other than Emirates, like you would not necessarily get your money back, right? Because not every single airline promised to refund its customers like that. So that was kind of crazy for me to think about. But anyway, last items that I'm going to declutter. These can make moist prism primers. So these also went viral on social media. I have a reel up about it, but I don't understand the point of this, honestly. I mean, other than color correction, I guess you could say. So yeah, this one is a pink one, and then this one is beige, I guess, or like clear. I'm running out of arm space. But I was never into primers to begin with, and these are it says moist prism primer, so again, I mean, it's delivering on what the name suggests or promises. But for me, this is already, even just like on the back of my hand, this feels too heavy, okay? Like too oily, too heavy. And for this to just be a primer, so you're telling me that I'm gonna have to put foundation on top of this and make my face feel even heavier? No thanks. I'm good. I'm good. And I honestly think that it was only hyped up because it's can make and because of the packaging, I guess. It looks kind of different and interesting. It's like monochromatic. Um, it looks different from everything else in available in the can make brand. But yeah, I don't need a moisturizing primer, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I feel like if you do your skincare well enough, if you do a good enough job with your skin prep and care, you shouldn't really need a primer. Um, Unless you're talking about, okay, so like I don't think you need primer to necessarily make your makeup look better, but the only time where I would consider talks about a primer or a setting spray is if you need it to last a certain amount of time. Typically like longer than usual, right? So let's say longer than the typical, I don't know, 8 hours that you would wear a face of makeup. If you specifically need your makeup to last 12 hours or something on a specific day or for a certain event, then I would see how the conversation about primers and setting sprays and stuff would come into play. But other than that, I don't see the point. Okay. Or, I mean, okay, in this case, like I said, again, I think the color correcting aspect, like the brightening aspect, is maybe a selling point, especially for Asian makeup, because they're always trying to make their skin look brighter and whiter here. So then they use the euphemism of like brightening serums, right, or brightening primer, but really they mean lightening or whitening. But brightening sounds more neutral, right? So isn't it crazy how language is so manipulative in just everyday situations like selling makeup? And I'm going to do another live on that actually at some point this week. How to use language as a weapon, or like how to consciously use language and choose your words to control or influence how you are perceived in this world. I was trying to do that in time for Women's Day, which was on March 8th, but I completely missed Women's Day because I was like dying in my apartment from pollen allergies. So we'll see how the pollen situation plays out for the rest of this week. And that's going to be the sole determinant of whether or not I can come on and do more live streams. Like, I don't know what else to say. Um, I think at this point, honestly, ideally, I would need to get a prescription, like a medical prescription for allergy medication, but I don't have the funds at the moment to pay for, like, I don't know how much it would cost even. I don't know, 400, $500. I would rather just like I would rather not, you know? I would rather save that money or like pay off my credit card debt that I had to extend payments for 2 months cuz I realized that it's just too tight for me to pay it off completely by the end of April. So I extended it a little bit to it's like April, May, June to June. Okay, so I'm going to be paying off my credit card debt from last year until June, which is not bad. And it's going to be easier because I reduced the payments per month by a little bit because I added on the next 2 months, right? So I'm kind of annoyed about that, but whatever. It's going to bring me peace of mind in the long run because now I don't have to worry about like things being tight over the next 2 months. But anyway, I'm certainly not trying to spend more than is necessary. And I just feel like allergy medication is actually a necessity, but I don't know. Somehow here we are um, in a situation where I even feel like it's too much to buy something that would benefit me health wise. I feel gaslit buying groceries even these days. I don't know. Am I alone? Because I'm like, okay, since when was it 300 yen for like a little 200-gram packet of lettuce or spinach? I like spinach leaves for salads, but depending on where you go, like the cheapest one I'm able to find is 150 yen. But in most grocery stores, they charge like 300 yen for this tiny, like 100-gram, 200-gram packet of spinach leaves. And I'm like, ooh, that's pretty steep. Like, I probably shouldn't go there. But then I end up buying it anyway because, like, you got to eat and I'm trying to eat healthy. But then it's like I feel weirdly guilty about buying food that I need to survive anyway. Don't like capitalism gaslight you, okay? That's what I'm going to end this live out with. Just hang in there. We will get through this. Focus on the money, okay? Listen to that song by Anita Ward, Ring My Bell, to call in more money. I don't know if you guys follow that lady on TikTok who does the matrix hacking videos where she teaches us all the different songs that if we want to manifest a certain result in our lives, there's like different songs with different frequencies that would that have the ability to draw out that result, a particular type of result more in our lives. So if you're trying to call in money or if you're trying to clear debt, she said you should listen to Ring My Bell by Anita Ward. So that's what I've been doing as part of my morning routine whenever I put on my makeup, and I'm going to continue doing so. I mean, I did get that gig with my pageant organization because they paid me like 20,000 yen to go shoot apartment tours with them with their real estate client for a whole day. So I got that gig after I started listening to Ring My Bell. So I can say that it's been working for me, but I just need to keep at it, you know? And yeah. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys today. I'm sure there's going to be more things that I want to declutter. You know what? Um, actually, wait, no. Actually, okay, I was thinking of decluttering this Mega Matte lipstick by Rimmel because I don't like this type of color anymore. This was back when I was into the terracottas and like the reddish browns. And remember, there was a whole terracotta phase. It might have even been a Pantone color of the year. I don't remember exactly, but I remember I hopped on the terracotta bandwagon and I did all my eyeshadow and my blush and my lips. They were all terracotta. And nowadays, I'm like so repulsed by the color. I don't know how to explain it. I only want cool tones like grays. If it's a red lip, I want it to be like very, very blue based. Or if we're talking about just default makeup looks, I definitely gravitate more towards just straight up, again, cool toned pinks these days. I want nothing to do with like terracotta, earthy, clay looking colors. I'm just not in that era anymore. But who knows, the pendulum might swing back again one day. So, but yeah, at the moment, like, I'm not into warm colors, I guess. Even though some people swear that my color palette should be warm. But like, I don't know. To this day, I can't tell if my veins look blue or green. I think they're blue. So that's supposed to signify that you are cool toned, right? And then if they're green, it means you're warm toned. But I don't know. I feel like mine change color from day to day. So anyway, I came to the conclusion that I should just wear the colors that I want to wear. Because everything's a scam anyway. That is just designed to get your money. So don't waste your money on those color matching, what's it called? The color matching quizzes, tests, services. There's a name for it. I'm blanking right now. Personal color. That was it. Personal color consults. Um, if you are like a sugar baby, or if you have someone funding your lifestyle, if you have the funds, do it, I guess. But don't do it just for personal color consultation. Do like a whole image consulting session. You know what I mean? Like, I think the whole color consultation, like the warm summer, neutral winter palettes, that type of consult is largely a scam. I'm sorry. I said what I said. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later. And oh my God, I have so many things I need to do. Bye. I'll catch you later.